What's good, YouTube, man? Oh, so they about to play an ad. Hold up. What's good with y'all, man? Back at it with another video. I don't know what to expect in this video. I ain't even gonna lie. It's inside of Miami's BBL culture, basically. Like, I guess he going to the doctor's. Damn, bro. I guess he going to the doctor's office and gonna see how all that shit works and how they do that. You know what I'm saying, etc., etc. But man, y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. I like TommyGee videos. I've seen a lot of his titles that I want to look at, so I'll probably gonna watch a couple of his videos for the next couple of videos, man. I rock with his joint, so let's get into this joint. There's probably about to be a lot of ass. It's probably gonna be a lot of ass in this shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
What is it you're holding? A cookie?
Let me see.
I basically do what the face app does, but, you know, with a knife. Yeah. That's what we call a skinny BBL.
How does it impact your life now that you're walking, moving back to normal?
I mean, I'm happier than ever. I love it. Now I'm like pulling NFL players, so.
All right, Miguel, are you ready?
Ready! I gotta do my inspection. I'd say this is the light BBL.
My butt got too big. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
So you gotta.
Is it insane to say that you know people that have died from BBL surgery?
It's been normalized, but for most people, that's insane.
Tennessee mother who lost her life after undergoing a popular plastic surgery procedure in Miami is suing the surgical center and the doctor who performed the operation.
It smelled like death. I'm not kidding. It smelled rotten. The people there were so rude. It was a meat market. They were just in and out, in and out.
It's gut-wrenching. This is a young woman who came down here, like a lot of people. She just wanted to change the way she looked. Unfortunately, she's never going to see her children again.
The Brazilian butt lift, or the BBL, is the hottest trend in plastic surgery today. It's where women undergo liposuction on their thighs, hips, and stomach, only to have the same fat injected into their butt. The goal? To create a fuller, juicier, and rounder buttocks. But here's what most people don't know. There are people that actually die from BBLs. And according to MedPage Today, the BBL is labeled as the most dangerous aesthetic procedure ever performed. It's estimated that the death rate may be as high as 1 in 2,400 surgeries. And the reality is, some people go into a surgery to get a nicer ass, and they end up not living to tell the tale. Now, while some clinics are run by world-class surgeons, others, they're being called human butcher shops, where the smell of death supposedly lingers in the air. There are places, yes, right here in the United States, where clinics aren't even owned by licensed doctors, and where unqualified staff might mistakenly liposuction your intestines or inject your fat into major veins, causing instant respiratory failure. And the epicenter of this deadly trend is Miami, Florida, ground zero for countless botched surgeries and life-changing tragedies. So we had to Miami to speak with surgeons, injection clinics, models, and lawyers to get to the bottom of the story. Let's dive in.
People do this, bro.
Quick announcement, the new shirt is flying off the shelves. Classy in the front, busy in the back.
Bro, all you gotta do is go to the gym, bro. That's literally all you gotta do is go to the gym. Like, girls be getting these shits like it's nothing, bro. Like, this is... I'm not gonna say every girl wants this, bro, but like, if they had the money, they would get it, bro. Even a girl, I feel like even a girl that goes to the gym, if somebody just gave her the money, bro, she would go get a BBL and say F the gym. Like, yo, they be on these shits now. Like,
We also have the Big Dog sweatshirts. You guys have absolutely crushed on these two. So look fresh as f and represent the brand. Link is in the description, link is in pinned comments. Go to the site and get what you like. Time to dive into the world of BBLs.
We head next to Bella Vita Aesthetics and meet with owner Eni Silviera, an entrepreneur who has invented an injection technique that is much safer than the BBL. It's here we get to see her methods in action, we speak to patients who have suffered through botch jobs from a surgery gone wrong, and finally we assemble a team of 6 models to test.
That joint, these twins they look alright, but I mean, it's like, yo, girls, some girls don't even be needing that joint like that. Like, what y'all be wanting that for, bro? Just for attention? Like, yo, y'all willing to go through all of that shit just for a dude to walk past you and say, your shit fat? Like, I don't think it's that serious. Like, a lot of the girls' joints don't even be, like, small, like, but they still want the joint. Like, the joint they just showed, I mean, it won't bad, like.
Ourselves whether we can tell the difference between a natural and BBL booty.
So my name is Eni Silviera. I'm a family nurse practitioner, and here in Miami, Florida, I'm known as the Booty Queen. Imagine walking to the beach and you just see like this beautiful round booty, right? You have hearts in your eyes. So basically the Bella Vita Instant BBL is giving you that nice, round, juicy, athletic looking tush.
And what got you into the world of booties?
I'm Brazilian, number one, so we're known for butts. Number two, I'm in Miami, so I constantly am in a bikini. I kind of started becoming like a mad scientist here at the office and just like mixing stuff, trying it out on my friends. And then finally I got to—
Like, what? Mixing stuff, trying it out on your friends. That is OC. Bro, alright.
Perfect cocktail, and so I trademarked the name, I patent the technique, and they send me all over the world to train different clinics, different providers on how to make the perfect glue.
Tell me about the dark side of the BBL world.
Tennessee mother who lost her life after undergoing a popular plastic surgery procedure in Miami.
33-year-old Erica Russell, a mother of 5, left her home in Tennessee in 2021 to travel to Miami for a Brazilian butt lift, or BBL, the plastic surgery procedure that has one of the highest mortality rates.
This is a young woman who came down here, like a lot of people. She just wanted to change the way she looked. Unfortunately, she's never going to see her children again, and they're going to grow up without their mom, and that's a horrible, horrible thing. That this is a completely preventable death. This physician that performed the surgery, it's a total botch job. That's what it was, through and through. No one should be going under the knife with a surgeon who's been doing this all day for over a dozen people for 14 plus hours.
I wanted to get the real stats on the question, how dangerous are BBLs truly? We referenced earlier that the stat is potentially as high as 1 in 2,400 surgeries result in death. For comparison, the odds of dying while motorcycle racing are about 1 in 1,000, and the odds of dying while skydiving are about 1 in 100,000. And as far as BBL deaths go, there seems to be a pattern. Like most medical accidents, bad things occur when the surgeon gets tired, and at the clinics that prioritize quantity, they overload their surgeon schedule, and the patients that die tend to be the ones that are seen at the end of the day or towards the end of the week. And typically, the cheaper the clinic, the more people they tend to see and the more botch jobs and deaths that occur. So when a clinic decides to prioritize quality over quantity, the operation actually tends to be decently safe.
The paperwork that she was provided.
Just look at what they gotta do, bro. That joint looked like it was going deep in her back. Like, it was going to the back. That's OC.
She was told this doctor has staff privileges at this hospital. Turns out he didn't. You look at their marketing. You look at how they're targeting different folks and how they're portraying themselves. They present themselves as if they're the best docs on earth doing this stuff. And in reality, what you come to learn when you're on our side looking into this stuff, these surgical centers, they're just businesses, often being run by people who have no medical background whatsoever. And what they're doing is they're contracting with different doctors. Maybe they'll bury that in some piece of paper that says this doctor doesn't actually work for us. It's all smoke and mirrors.
We're out here in front of Seduction Cosmetic Center. This is the place that Erica Russell passed away shortly after having an operation here. Now, there's a big discrepancy. Google reviews, about 4.5 stars, thousands of reviews, looks really, really good. But on Yelp, they have mostly 1-star reviews. Alexis A said 25 days ago, surgeons nearly killed me here. I was in the ER or ICU receiving blood transfusions for 4 days. Do not go here. Do not put your life in these people's hands. Just one scroll down. The entire experience is sketchy. My girlfriend recently had a botched BBL removed and she was lied to about the price on 6 different instances. Then in the after surgery, she was not giving pain medication on the trip home. One of the stories that we're covering is the story of Erica Russell. Are you familiar with her story? She unfortunately died shortly after leaving this clinic. And so what we're looking into is also that some of these clinics, are they owned by doctors? Are they owned by just business people? And then the doctors are shuffled through? Like there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. Is this place owned by a doctor?
Some of them they do, some of them.
A non-doctor can open a surgery center.
Yes.
That wasn't his question. He don't know what's going on. Let's talk to somebody else. If that's the clinic where the girl died, he don't even know about it. That's OC, for one. 2, he only understand the question that he asked.
Role within this business.
Take care of more like equipment-wise and medical stuff.
Are there any misconceptions about the BBL industry that you'd like to address and tell the people back home?
Any other procedures, you have risks. I don't know how to explain it, but it's safe.
I'm not here to paint someone in a bad corner. We'll let the statistics do the talking. I don't really know. Total, how much money were you out because of this?
A little over 10,000. The people there were so rude.
This is Connie. I found her through the review her roommate left on Seduction Cosmetic Center Yelp page, and I wanted to hear the story behind the 1-star review. Here's what she had to say.
It was a meat market. They were just in and out, in and out. And you know, there was a back door where, you know, obviously they take people, or supposedly take people for pre-op and surgery. You walked in, it smelled like death. I'm not kidding. It smelled rotten. I sat there for almost 3 hours that morning, and not one time did one person that was in that waiting room go through that back door. Not once.
The reason why I made this technique is because I've had 2 girlfriends pass away. It was one of my baseball wives went in for surgery and she passed away, and then I had another friend pass away, and then within like that same month, it was like 2 other influencers of just doing multiple BBLs had passed away. And I'm like, at what point in time are you gonna put your life on the line for beauty? My technique is probably the safest way to inject and volumize and get correction.
And how?
So many great recommendations.
Yeah, Fire TV serves up the best options from all my apps in one place. It just gets what
And how did they die?
Sometimes you get a blood clot, pulmonary embolism. It just kind of depends. Each one of them was a clot that kind of dislodged. Again, cardiac arrest or pulmonary embolism is usually what happens.
Were the doctors ever held responsible?
Whoever the girl is that I end up with, that becomes my wife, I don't give a damn how much money I make. You not getting no BBL. I don't want none of this. Like, I don't want to feel this. Nah. I'd rather you have a natural joint, you feel me? How you look, you feel me? I would not let my girl do this shit. No. It's not real. I don't like fake shit like that. Like, it looks crazy when you see it, when you looking at a girl and you see that shit fat, you be like, damn, that shit fat, but like, it's cool. Like, it ain't everything. I wouldn't.
This is a really dark side of medicine, and a lot of people get upset at medical professionals, but we have consent forms that will protect us from everything. If you think you can get all this beauty for $5,000, you're gonna go to the butcher shops. They left a towel inside of you. You have an infection. They didn't take a drain, or they didn't put in a drain. So there's a lot that comes with it, but it's really nice. Their marketing says $2K for 360 lipo, and you only have $1,800 in your bank account. You're gonna go to a place that you could afford. And there's been a lot of people that have been arrested. A lot of people have killed people. So do your research on the background of these people. They just put cement, or they say vitamins. Oh,
Did you say cement?
There's been cement, and they say medical grade silicone, which nobody uses anymore unless you're an orthopedic surgeon.
They put in cement in your, that is wild. That's OC. I hope she not talking about putting cement inside the joint. Whoa. Chill out, G. Chill out.
These are things that are gonna give you bad results even later on in life.
Do you know anyone in Miami right now that has a botched job?
A couple hundred people, yeah.
Okay.
I've been botched before by a doctor, yeah. It made me feel very self-conscious. I was a really big bikini model, OnlyFans model at the time, and my body was my image.
We know. I can just tell looking at her, she a little freak.
I felt very insecure, and it kind of made me want to fix the problem as soon as possible because I did this.
It's really only them type of girls that be wanting that shit for real. The freaks. It's the freaks. To each his own though. To each his own. I'm not judging. I'm just saying like they be the main ones. They be trying to use that shit as leverage.
Not to create a whole bunch of other ones. So I ended up going to do 2 more rounds of lipo after that within the same year with the same doctor because I told him like, you better fix this for free because I'm not paying anyone else to do it. And I've lost a lot of weight since then. It's not as visible, but if I do start putting on weight, it does come back. So that's just a thing I'm gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life.
What did it cost you financially to give up that year?
Definitely like 6 figures, I would say, throughout that year. I was actually put onto the show Botched.
Patricia, interesting because you went from a person very serious about golf to someone who's very serious about plastic surgery, right?
Yeah.
And
How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that work?
I mean, just being in the social media world. So I did the first one in February, and then I had the second lipo in June. I went back in October.
Another lipo?
Yes.
3 lipos in the same area in 8 months?
Yeah.
In general, you should probably wait at least a year before having revisional liposuction.
But that created more loose skin, more trauma to the area, so it hasn't fully healed up. A lot of these doctors don't use scopes to kind of navigate where they're putting the fat. They just kind of do it blindly. And if you put that right in one of those veins or a muscle or anything, you just done. I'm Haley. And I'm Hannah. And we're the Murders Twins.
We're gonna keep it.
So you guys are completely natural.
Yeah.
Which is rare in Miami.
We're from Arkansas, so we're fed off cornbread and all that. I think it's the cows that meat. I don't know.
I'm about to say, them shits did look natural though.
Booty's thick.
I don't know if they got the BBL, but they look natural.
So in the modeling, the OnlyFans world, how rare is it to have a completely natural look?
It's not really rare. I think most OnlyFans girls I run into are completely natural, honestly.
So for the women getting work done, do you think it comes more from female peer pressure or male peer pressure?
I was gonna say female pressure for sure, because most men tell you not to do it. They're like, oh, don't wear makeup, be natural. Most men love natural and pure things.
Have you heard any
That's what I'm
nightmare
saying.
experiences?
I don't want that shit, bruh. I don't want that. Like, bruh, I don't want you coming to me talking about, I want to get a BBL. I'm first thing I'm gonna say is no. I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I'm not gonna fuck with that. Like, I don't even know what I would say to that shit for real. Like, cause I know I wouldn't agree with it. I wouldn't be like, yeah, I think you should do it. No, hell nah.
From people getting BBLs.
I had a friend, she had a BBL. I didn't even know it was a BBL at first, but it looked pretty good. But like when she pointed it out, it's like, I guess you could tell, but she went to, I think she went and got injections at home, like not even professionally done. And
someone came to her house and did it?
Yeah, like I felt her butt and she was just like, it felt so good, honestly. It felt soft and it felt really nice.
Have you gotten the BBL?
I did in 2018. I was very happy. The results were super natural.
What led up to the decision to say I want a BBL?
Probably just like social media or something. I was working in the club, so you know everyone.
What'd she say?
BBL.
Probably just like natural.
What led up to the decision to say I want a BBL?
Probably just like social media or something. I was working in the club, so you know everyone had big.
That's the reason why. That is the main reason why they want to get this BBL bullshit. All because they see a girl online with a natural joint. Now you want to get a fake one. Just for attention. They be trying to find every little shortcut, yo.
So I wanted one too.
What changed in your life?
If we're talking like work-wise in the club, me getting my breast implants is what changed my money the most.
Like, was it a dramatic increase in earnings?
Absolutely,
sure
when I got my breast implants.
You had an experience that went bad with BBLs.
I wouldn't say it went bad. I just, like, my butt got too big. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think my body was like having a reaction to the material that was injected in my butt, and it was kind of creating scar tissue, some inflammation. I noticed some spots were starting to get like a little bit harder than other spots.
How much did each surgery cost?
For my original BBL in 2018, it was about $9,000 for the lipo and then the transfer of the fat. And then my removal surgery in 2021 was about $11,000 in Colombia because I got quoted $23,000 here from one doctor. Reconstruction surgery back in Colombia in 2022, it was about $10,000.
Do you think it's peer pressure from women or men that encourage?
Definitely both.
Do you feel like you're chasing a standard of beauty that's impossible to attain?
Yes.
Yeah, I think everyone is. I am very confident.
Not everyone. Not everyone. Just y'all type of girls. Y'all want to be the center of attention so bad. But I mean, I feel like it comes from childhood. I wouldn't even say childhood, but like not being the top girl years before. Like not being seen. Not feeling like guys recognize you. So you do all of this stuff just so they can look at you. It could be the same dudes that dubbed you beforehand. You get a BBL, they fuck with you, and now you think they like you for real. When they was just W when you was natural. You know what I'm saying? If you get a BBL and your shit goes up, do you really think these dudes like you? Like, no. They just see the body. They just want to crush. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's no point of that shit, bro. But regardless of what I say the whole video, to each his own, bro. I have nothing against y'all. Y'all do what y'all do. I ain't stopping nobody. Shit, who am I? You know what I'm saying?
I am, but I would say my biggest insecurity would be my butt right now.
Every procedure that I do is individualized. So I am actually putting volume where she needs it, and I know that she likes like a nice shelf.
When you say a nice shelf, what are we talking about here?
So I have 4 different techniques, right? So it's the shelf booty, which girls like that top shelf if they're...
Where you could rest a child here? Like...
Correct, right? It's like that tabletop. So most girls, when they take pictures and you turn sideways, they want to make sure that they have this little shelf here. Then we do, for most girls who don't have anything, she has the perfect sweetheart booty. Sweetheart is this bottom part, right? So she doesn't need volume right there at all. What I'm gonna do is just completely like round that out right there. I have basically what I call a half treatment prepared, and usually this is good enough to correct one area in your glutes, right? So I know that she wants a shelf, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of volumize this upper outer shelf so we could keep it nice and round for her. I have a...
What are we watching? Like, yo, low key though. This is just dumb. I'm sorry.
I have a vibrating tool that just kind of distracts them. They're laying down, they have their blankets, everything is sterile. Then I use numbing, which is lidocaine with epi, and then I go ahead and start injecting. So,
what in God's green earth is it in these syringes?
So the Radius, the product that we spoke about, the biostimulator.
And normal salines.
Let's see what you got.
Folks, I must let you know that there are a plethora of outtakes, great scenes, and extended cuts from this episode available only at Patreon. Link is in the pinned comment.
I'm good.
So as you can see, with my technique, you are ready to go to the beach by the next day.
How are you feeling?
I feel amazing.
How's your booty feeling?
It's a little like firm right now because it's like all filled up, but I know it's gonna feel amazing in like 5 hours.
For the next segment, we're gonna be doing a touch test. A blindfolded participant is gonna be feeling a butt and trying to determine, is this a BBL butt or a natural butt? As much as I would love to participate, I love my wife's sweet cheeks. I'm gonna let my camera guy, Miguel. Miguel's gonna be taking care of this one.
TommyGee, bro. That's fake.
Introducing Team BBL.
Solid as
Team Natural. All right, Miguel, are you ready?
Oh my goodness, that joint on the left.
Natural. All right, Miguel.
All right, I'm done. That was my one little moment I had to, you know, that shit looking crazy though. But we gonna keep it professional.
Wait, you just turn around.
Yeah, I have no idea.
See, the thing is, bro, I feel like, bro, it's so easy to spot them joints at the same time. Cause a lot of the joints, it don't even be looking like your body would be made like that. You know what I'm saying? Like do anybody else agree that you could tell a gym ass from these joints? Like, you could look at that joint and tell that that's a BBL. You don't even look like you would be shaped like that.
Wait, you just turn around.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like how it's cuffed at the bottom, like it wouldn't even have grown like that if it was natural.
What do you think, Miguel?
BBL.
That shit turned me off. I'm sorry. You can say the cellulite, that man.
Natural.
Okay. Currently fighting every biological urge known to man. We have Miguel.
Hey, come on, bro. How did you got the camera on him like that?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a BBL. She ain't shaped like that.
Okay.
She ain't rocking like that.
Alright. I'd say this is natural.
Okay. We got one question.
Yep.
How do you feel about your job?
I love it.
The next booty is about a foot in front of your face, and it's looking scrumptious.
I gotta do my inspection. This feels natural too.
Alrighty.
That's the lady that owned that shit. She definitely got a BBL.
I'd say this is BBL. I think a light BBL.
Okay. One contestant away. How's it going so far?
Good. I think that was pretty accurate.
We have the final contestant of the afternoon. Final buttocks in front of you.
That's an easy BBL. Yeah, that's BBL.
It did.
Let me get one more feel.
That's natural.
Final answer?
BBL.
Okay.
Does it feel like stiffer?
Not stiffer, actually. They all felt the same. I'd say it was more like more inflated. It felt.
Honestly, like, men do not know the difference. I think if we had a variety of women here, whether it's the injections, unless they're illegal, you would not be able to tell the difference.
4 out of 6. Ladies, what do you think?
I feel like touch-wise, you probably can't. Touch-wise, it probably still like feel natural. It's just the look of it. Like, I feel like it's just the look that be giving it away a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? Touch-wise, it probably do feel crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
How is accuracy?
Off. Unless they're illegal injections, most men will not be able to tell. Yeah.
Can we give a round of applause for Miguel?
Good job, Miguel.
Very professional.
I will be honest though, the owner lady, she don't look like she got a BBL though. Like, it don't, like, she look like she be in the gym. Like, she look like she look a little gym joint. I wouldn't assume that she had a BBL. This girl, the other worker, yeah, I could tell. It kind of looked like that hip shape right there. But, like, I wouldn't be able to tell she had a BBL, though.
Thank you for scientific purposes for donating your booties for their research. And that concludes this scene cut. How hard was it not to get a boner up there?
It wasn't, because I could tell you were right next to me, so that just like makes my shit not work, you know?
Congratulations, young soldier. talking to one of the most highly rated surgeons in the area, Dr. Miami, who's at a reality TV show and seems to have a great time with booties and boobs. We're gonna walk in his office with the murder twins and see what the whole operation is about. The elevator that Butts paid for. And tits.
And tits.
Maybe penises too, who knows?
Second floor.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are at a fork in the road. BBL, natural. How would you say which way you're leaning and how you're considering this decision right now?
Well, considering that we've figured out that you can get a BBL look through working out, natural might be a cool way to go considering health-wise. We'd still like to see more of the BBL side.
Oh, do you have that face app?
Yes.
Can you show us how that works?
I just took a couple. Yeah, this one's open. All right. So we're here.
Okay.
And if you do want to open your eyes more again, we can go back to sizes and big eyes, and we can open them up more.
So that's how they do their pictures.
This is your brain, and this is your brain when you're in the zone, but getting in the zone.
So that's how they be making their pictures.
That is so strange. Okay, what's something else wild you can do to my face right now?
Okay. Crazy. Make him smile.
What? What?
Yeah, so there's different smiles too though. Like you're already smiling, but they can make you smile more.
And most photos that you think we're looking at that's coming from the influencer model OnlyFans world
they doing that, yes they are.
Some extent.
Yes, almost. I've even introduced.
95%.
Yeah, like even. Hey, Tommy.
They're lying to the whole world, and the girls are believing it, and that's why they want these shit.
We're playing around with Face App right now. Oh, they opened my eyes, gave me better looking teeth, a better looking butt.
Good.
So we're
good.
We're on to one today.
All right, excellent. Well, I basically do what the Face App does, but you know, with a knife. Yeah.
It's inside the operating room like you've never seen before.
How nice is this booty look now?
Brought to you by the man known as Dr. Miami.
He's really in there doing the jump, crank into the jump, man. Dancing and everything.
Surgeon
wow.
Dr. Michael Solzauer taking viewers behind the scenes at surgeries. Most so graphic, we can't even show you.
Welcome back to the operating room for a wonderful Monday. We have a Brazilian butt lift. She is quite square. Beforehand, we are going to snatch her waist, give her a round booty.
Capturing the before, after, and everything in between.
Yeah, what all do you cover?
I do noses.
Okay.
That's the face part. I do a little lipo of the neck, jawline kind of stuff. Maybe. And then I do a lot of boobs, butts, and tummies.
You found a dream job, huh?
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, it beats coal mining.
Well, Dr. Miami, I brought 2 models for you.
Hello, lady.
They're called the Murder Twins, but I can assure you they're friendly. We want to see what a pre-op kind of looks like.
Okay. The day of surgery or like just consultation? Like she just came off the street and they're asking for butts.
They're considering getting booties and titties, right?
Yeah.
We'll cover both.
Okay.
Whose cool backpack is this?
Oh, it's mine.
That's sick.
Yeah, I love it.
This is Bella.
Hey, Bella. Tommy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to hear. Nice to meet you.
Would you mind standing up for us for a second? As a little bit of a model. She had a BBL. Turn around. Yeah. Which is, we call it skinny.
See, I'm not, like, okay.
Because she's skinny.
I am.
And put your jacket down for a second. Let's see the front.
Did you do those two?
Yes, and also her waist. We also did what we call the Miami mini waist, which is basically reshaping the rib cage, make little cuts in the ribs and push them closer together.
How has it impacted your life now that you're walking, moving back to normal?
I mean, I'm happier than ever. I love it. Now I'm like pulling NFL players, so.
That's what I see.
So I owe him that.
She's pulling NFL players. I just love that. That's very high praise as a plastic surgeon.
Thank you.
That's like, you know, that's like winning the Nobel Prize in this industry.
What made you say, hey, I'm not going to hire a personal trainer, go 4 times a week, eat the zucchini, avocado?
Well, you know, in my defense, and in the defense of personal trainers, they can't really make the breast bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I was already doing that, but like I still had like a little fat here and like my love handles. It didn't matter how much like I worked out or like how healthy I ate. Like there was just stubborn fat.
And she was skinny.
Yeah.
You know, she was obviously skinny to begin with. But there's certain areas that there's nothing you can do in the gym.
What do you have over here, Dr. Miami?
I have a collection of breast implants of various sizes and shapes.
So that's something like that is.
There's like a menu, you know.
That's what's in there too.
Yeah, that's what's in there. Yeah.
So if I were to squish it, it would feel exactly like this.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is silicone?
Yes, it's silicone. This is like we call gummy bear silicone.
Let me just close my eyes. This would make what? Like a what kind?
Depends what you start with. For you, this would be for you probably like a small D cup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you ever decide to go that way, let me know.
Yeah.
So first thing they do is they get into gowns.
So your job involves a lot of boobies and butts.
Yeah.
Is it hard to fight your own biology in the process?
You're asking a plastic surgeon if he gets an erection when he examines his patient. Is that what you're asking me?
Has it ever happened? I mean,
no, it's never happened.
Not even day one of the job. You're like,
Okay.
you're like, oh, think of my grandma. Think of something else. Think of World War II. Think of
Think of TommyGee. The truth is that doctors, by the time you go through medical school, day one, you're like dissecting bodies and stuff. So some switch happens in your brain. It's not to say that you couldn't get aroused with a patient. I'm sure it's happened. But like by the time you're through medical school, you're pretty immune to the sight of naked bodies. Because you don't just see the gorgeous ones. You see like, All right, so the first questions we ask are like, do you have any medical issues or anything you need to know about? Diabetes, high blood pressure, anemia, blood clots, thyroid issues, nothing.
No.
So that's the first thing you want to check. Make sure that they don't have any medical problems that might make this not safe, right? You guys have any kids? Okay, so no kids. We always ask about that too. Have you ever had surgery before of any kind?
Wisdom teeth count, and yeah,
That counts, yeah.
Okay.
Any surgery? No?
Wisdom teeth.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Face me if you don't mind. I think you got to open up the gown. I'm going to do the breast
I put it
first.
on backwards.
You're going backwards? Okay, that's good. You guys work very fast with it. All right. So, what we do is first we measure. No two breasts are exactly the same. They're like sisters that look alike, but not identical twins. 20, you measure the distance, and her measurements are actually near perfect. So.
And what made her titties say like those are just fine?
Okay, so what you want, like ideal breasts, they make what's called an equilateral triangle. Remember trigonometry?
Yeah.
Right? So like an equal distance from the suprasternal notch to the nipples and then across. And for her height, she's like 20.5 centimeters. Equilateral triangle, perfect. So that's pretty much the exam. It doesn't take much more than that. Sometimes I'll feel for masses and things like that, or under the armpit, but she's good. Before the surgery, she'd get a physical exam by her doctor, clearing her for surgery. So it's not like you can just come in and then do surgery the same day. I'm just making that clear to everybody. So, okay, but wait, let me see your front first, because like the tummy. Because what the BBL involves is taking fat from this area, like the areas of the body where you have a little extra fat, turn around, and putting it in the place that you do. And she has a beautiful butt actually already. The only thing I see, really gorgeous, the only thing I see we could do is maybe fill in these little dips I was talking about. So like,
what are these dips all these women are mentioning?
So it's this right here. So when you, for example, you look at Bella, like Bella's butt now, like post-op, right? So she had fat here, but this was flat, right? When you work out, you can get these muscles to come out more.
Okay.
And she's just naturally blessed like that. But then what you can't do is add fat to this, what we call hip dip, or this flat area, right? You can't do that.
So
you can't just eat and have it go
around
there. Exactly. So what we do is we get rid of this over here. What you want in a curve is like a nice hourglass or Coke bottle shape. It should come in and then come out and be round like this. It should not go in and then out and then in again and then out again.
And is that actually attainable figure without this?
No, no.
Now, they're young, they're 24. Do you usually have people that young getting surgery?
Oh yeah, it's very common. In Miami, yeah.
Now, let's just say she gets her tits done. Does she have to come here every 10 years and get a retouch, or how does that work?
I would recommend that she at least follow up every 10 years, but not everybody has to have them retouched at 10 years. I've had patients have them in for 20 years. I've had patients where I didn't put them in, but they've had them in for 40 years. So I mean, as long as the breasts look good and feel good, you can leave them in for the rest of your life. But I do recommend you come back.
There's a debate where it's like, look good, feel good. So you want people to feel good.
Yeah.
Would you ever feel like this industry is having women chase a beauty standard that's almost impossible to attain?
Well, there's a couple of ways to look at it. The first one that we just discussed. There are natural signs of attractiveness for men to have for women and women to have for men. And, like if you look at the...
There's no way to look at it, bro. It's all for the other gender, bro. All for the other gender's validation. If it wasn't, you wouldn't do it. You're not doing it for yourself. That's my opinion. If you getting all this stuff, bro, it's not for yourself. It's so you can look good, so another man could think that you look good. You know what I'm saying? You willing to go through all of this shit just to get a man's validation. That's how I feel. Now, working out is different. I believe working out is different because it does a lot more for your mental as well. And you just feel healthier. I don't think you feel healthier getting surgery. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you would feel healthier getting a BBL. It's two different motives, I believe.
Romance novel. It's always this guy that looks like He-Man.
I feel like working out, the attention will come with it. But also you would feel better about yourself because you created this shape for you. Put that work in. This is just like you go from this to this in a couple months. That's not how it works when you work out. So it's just different motives, I feel like.
There are certain signs of attractiveness that are exaggerated, and those are like sort of ideals. That's not created by anybody individually. It's not even created by the romance novel industry or even, let's say, Disney princesses. You know, when the little girls are first exposed to and boys to characters, they're always these Disney princesses that have these like tiny little waist, perfect form, perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect everything. We're just here to try to, let's say, make people feel better in their skin, so that they, but the actual standards are not set by us. We're just here to, what's the word, facilitate. Same thing with noses and chins and hair, everything, just like hairdressers and everything else,
Now, there are clinics out there where people will literally die and they'll keep operating. You'll read the reviews. Somehow they have like 150 reviews with 1 star and people keep going there. And
price, that's all. It's cheap. No matter how many laws we put in to protect patients are going to do what they want to do. It's a free country. Like, nobody stops people in Florida from riding a motorcycle without a helmet. And even though I don't think you would or I would, but you take your risks and your benefits and you make your decision as an independent person. Those clinics that have issues, they're just cheaper. That's the only thing. So if you want to get it and if this is the only thing that's in your budget, you'll do that, or you'll go to Mexico or the Dominican Republic or Turkey, and it can be hit or miss. There are great surgeons in Turkey and great surgeons in Mexico, but if they're cheap, they're probably not the best.
Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married 30 years.
Okay, would you have your own wife or daughters get a BBL or boob job?
100%. If they want to, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. 100%.
What percentage of the clinics out there would you say are good, safe, reputable?
I think 85% are probably good, safe, reputable.
Okay. You're a good guy, gotcha.
Thank you. You're a good guy too.
Big pleasure.
Thank you so much. Mine. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sitting next to you again. All right.
Something about him. It's something about him.
We're here on Miami Beach. We're put into the test. Can someone achieve a BBL booty without actually getting the BBL? And what are the ways to maintain your booty so it has maximum gluteus roundness?
Thick-toned, muscular.
Thick-toned, juicy, round, voluptuous.
Right? I'm gonna start with a simple body weight squat. So I just want you to start squatting normal, and I'm gonna start making adjustments on your squat so you can feel more glutes. Yanni already knows the deal. She's the perfect squat model, so I'm not gonna fix her for now.
If you want an excuse to feel my ass, just say it, all right?
Sorry, wife, professional purposes only.
Yes.
So what you're gonna do, you're gonna squat down and hold. Nice. No hands. Yeah. And now you're gonna arch your butt more to the back. Already feeling it? Nice. Now you come up. And when you squat down, I want you to do that motion. Push your knees out, almost like you're trying to push your knees to your pinky toes. Yeah. Now think about there's a little stool behind you. And you're sitting behind it.
No, they don't wear the same clothes too. Chill out.
You're not squatting forward, you're squatting back. Push your butt back. Spread those knees out. Come on, girls. Yes, more. Good. Keep going.
We already get y'all twins. Y'all don't need to wear the same shit though.
Here's what you're gonna do. Use this app. It's called Case Connect Compensation Calculator. Now what's dope about it is, once you...
Alright, I think that's the vid. Oh.
So I think the real question is someone willing to put in the work to do it with the diet, in the kitchen, on the gym, on the sand, doing it the right way, or do they want to go to a surgeon that's gonna...
I mean, they both work, right? They both work. It's just what type of work are you willing to put? I know surgery is not easy, recovery. Nobody tells you that until you do it.
Also, the money. I feel like here in Miami, wherever they're getting their money, but surgery is very, surgery is very expensive if you want something like nice and quick. But also, she's been doing this for over 20 years, and I thought I was gonna get her body within 2 years that I've been training with her, and so far so good, but it's not what I'm looking for. So,
how long are you willing to put the work for, and what type of work are you willing to put? And is that instant results? Yeah, you get out of the office and you have that shape already, you have the volume, you're gonna go through a long recovery, but with clothes on.
What I've noticed about the BBL is sometimes a BBL looks better with pants on than pants off.
Oh yeah.
Like pants on, you're like, oh my god, that is an ass, and then you see it and you're like, that looks kind of a lot.
Well, for the most part, surgeries, like I told you yesterday, they're not perfect, so in clothes they look fantastic. That's why I was trying to get you to see the scar on that other patient, because once they take their clothes off, their belly buttons are up here, there's like fibrosis, they're uneven, the butt looks like all lumpy and bumpy, but of course, clothes, compression garments make everything look nice and tight, small waist, big ass, but it's kind of an illusion.
What would be your message to women out there that are considering?
Right.
They're on the fork of the road. They want the perfect boot, man.
That's what all of this is. It's an illusion. It's fake.
Want what you got, and they're wondering, do I go
all
natural or do I go surgery route? What would you tell them?
I tell them go natural any time of the day, because that will be the best decision you have in the long term. I'm 38 now, and my booty looks so much better today than it did when I was 28. So much better.
When men are looking at Instagram photos of models and people out there, what percent of them you think are altered in a way?
95%.
Yeah, I would say.
When I first moved out to Miami, they told me that I had to basically make myself look prettier than I am in person on Instagram. Not even like the first people that were trying to help like run my Instagram, they were like, no, you have to look prettier than you are in person. You got to use Photoshop, you got to use FaceApp. Yeah. And like I was like, oh, okay, like you sit there and wonder like, how are these girls so pretty? Like, and then like it comes off like,
that's wild.
It would be
right
like
there.
if men started just
That's crazy. You done went from 45 to 23. Look at that. Who gonna believe that though? Come on now. It's no way somebody believe that. Look at the age difference in the effects. That's wild.
And like it comes off like,
yeah.
It would be like if men started just photoshopping six packs everywhere we go.
Pretty much.
Right.
She got that strong butt. That shit like it's strong as shit.
You're from Brazil, you've been in America for a long time, you know the difference between the cultures. Like, do you think America has more of a superficial culture around bodies?
I don't think it's more superficial. I think it's just based in different things than Brazil is. In Brazil, we're very much so about conquering the body. It's like we're very like, I love to look good. In Brazil, like women really like take good care of themselves. Most of the big cities, you'll never see a woman walking around in flip-flops going to anywhere basically.
With how much garbage is in our food, do you think it's harder for people to look and feel good in America?
Much harder, yeah. I think the food industry here is horrible, borderline criminal. It's really, really bad. It always makes us feeling like less. Like we're not enough, like our butts are not big enough, my waist is not small enough, my boobs are not high enough. So I think the pressure comes from each individual woman, not even like collectively, as you know, just women shaming each other for like, oh, my boobs are bigger. Like women don't do that.
Is it hard to be comfortable in your own body?
They do though. They always feel like they gotta do something else. They always feel like it be a skinny girl talking about she fat. Like, what are you talking about? They do always think they gotta do something to their bodies, yo.
Yes, which is a question I make myself often, like why is it that we're so mean to each other? We're so mean to ourselves all the time. Because if I see my friend or if I see any of those girls here, like I see beauty in them. But when I look at myself in the mirror, the first thing I see is not the beauty, it's the flaws. I don't know where it comes from. It's not from social media, although I think social media really enhanced it.
Social media created what everybody's supposed to look like, men and women. And we are our biggest critics. So we feel like if anybody is going to judge us, it's going to be ourselves. So we just take that shit to the extreme and feel like everything we got to do has to be ran by us. Like, we could say anything we want about ourselves. And we always feel like we got to do more, bro. If we're not getting validated 24/7, we going to feel like we got to do something else. A lot of the time we don't feel like we're at the top of our game, but we're never going to be at the top of our game, which is what he was saying earlier is like impossible. It's like we're always going to be having to grow.
It's something way before that, but we are so prone to see first our flaws and focus on them, like obsess over them instead of looking at the good things that are going. And it's so hard to actually recognize, oh, but I'm working out and I'm losing weight and I'm good. We always have that mindset of, I'm good, but not enough. I can still lose a pound. I can still grow an inch.
At the heart of the BBL phenomenon, it really comes down to the age-old human desire to be seen, admired, and to feel comfortable in our own skin. Because the reality is,
that's what I'm saying. What are you about to do?
We are imperfect beings with insecurities and things about ourselves that we wish we could change. But
that's exactly what I'm saying, bro. All of this, all this whole BBL culture is not for themselves at all. All this money being spent, all of these trips to go to different countries to get this stuff, is all for a certain man, bro. We do all of this shit just to attract a certain man that wouldn't like you if you didn't have it, or we do all this stuff to attract a certain woman that wouldn't like you before you got it, only likes you because you have this. But we don't be thinking like that though. Like, we don't think about that. Like, damn, I wouldn't even have bagged this joint if I didn't have this money. You know what I'm saying? But we think that she really like us though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really be thinking that she really like us, and they be like, man, I wouldn't even bag this dude if I didn't get this BBL. But I really think he like me. No, that is not the case. Could be, but like, no, it's like, bruh, look at what you got back then to now. It's like, it's all because of certain thing that we do. For us, it's money. For them, it's their bodies, bro. Same thing.
That's also what makes us special and unique. And my fear is that as a society, we are trending towards a world that thirsts too much for instant gratification. We all know nothing great comes easy. An Olympian takes years to perfect their craft. A home-cooked meal will always beat microwave box food. And a butt shaped by years of dedication to a good diet and exercise routine, in my opinion, will always beat the enormous BBL butt that the skinny legs don't quite match. So I suppose I'm going to leave you with this. I encourage you to take the long route and enjoy the struggle that comes with it, because after all, the magic of life is simply to enjoy the journey that we're on.
Facts, man. Real shit, bro. That was a very random and interesting video. This is some different shit. I was like, yo, what are we watching, low key? But it do got messages in there. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a different video. I hope y'all enjoyed it though, bro. On to the next video, bro. Y'all like, comment, subscribe.